Hi everyone, my name is Shawn and I've been a Beachbody coach since March of 2013, and I just wanted to do this short video to share with you my story of how I became a coach, a little bit of my background on how I even got into it, and also just a little bit about how it's changed my life personally. So to start out, I'll just share a little bit of my story of how I got to the point where I actually needed Beachbody products in my life. So I've always struggled with my weight, but it was when I started having kids that I really started to pack on the pounds. So I dealt with some postpartum depression and anxiety with some of my children. I have a 7-year-old, a 3.5-year-old, and a 1.5-year-old. So I had about 5 years there that I was really struggling. I turned to eating really unhealthy foods, late night snacking, eating out at restaurants, not exercising at all. All those things really add up to the point where I gained about 140 pounds over those 5 years. And so it was about 6 months after my son was born, and I was at the lowest point of my life. I was 340 pounds. I hadn't weighed myself in forever, and I weighed myself. I was 340 pounds. I was devastated. I felt like there was no chance for me. I was depressed, unhappy, fighting with my husband. I didn't feel like a good mom. I was fighting with my mom, my friends. I wouldn't go to my daughter's school events. I mean, just a laundry list a mile long of things that I was not doing, not participating in because I was so uncomfortable about the way that I looked and being judged. And so I was sitting on the couch on Facebook, of course, and a video popped up on my news feed by a local Beachbody coach, Anita, who talked about doing Chalene Extreme and Insanity and Shakeology and losing 60 pounds, and about how it changed her life. And I really related to her story. And I sat there and cried for about an hour. I watched it a whole bunch of times in a row. And then I basically hit my husband in the shoulder and was like, I can do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this Chalene Extreme and Shakeology, and I'm going to commit 100%, and I'm going to lose the weight. And he was supportive, but I'd done a lot of things at that point trying to lose weight, so I think he was a little nervous too. So I jumped right in. I ordered Chalene Extreme and Shakeology. I tried Shakeology, so I knew I liked it, and so I signed up for the coaches piece to get the discount. That was it. I had no intentions of coaching. So I started out and I lost 50 pounds my first 3 months, which was amazing. I felt like a completely different person. I was 290 pounds. So I was still quite heavy and very out of shape, but it just gave me some confidence back and made me believe that I could actually do it. So I, at that point in time, shared my result pictures online, and I got some really positive feedback from friends and family, and a couple of people bought stuff. Results are helpful, but at the same time, it doesn't 100% convince people that they're ready to invest in you as a coach. And so I started a Facebook page so I could share more of my story and so that people could know more about me. And I kept going. I did another round of Chalene Extreme, and I kept doing Shakeology, and I lost 83 pounds in the 6 months. And so it was a great jump start to my health. I kept going. I didn't want to quit. I felt so much better about my health and about who I was as a mom and a person that I decided to keep going. So I did a couple more programs. I kept doing Shakeology consistently, and I ended up losing 125 pounds my first year. So this past March, I had lost 125 pounds. So it was not easy. It was hard at times, but at the same time, coaching gave me that extra accountability piece, because in September, I decided to start actively, like really coaching, not just doing a page, but actually putting in an hour in the morning and sometimes some time at night, and just investing some more time in it instead of just doing like 2 or 3 posts on a page a day. So I started doing challenge groups, and that accountability piece was huge. I felt supported by my challengers because they didn't know it. They thought I was just supporting them, but they were keeping me on track at the same time. So that was amazing. I loved helping other people. It inspired me. It kept me going. My page kept me going. I felt like I had to post a workout picture every day. So that helped me to stay on track the days I didn't want to work out. So that whole piece of it was amazing. I also noticed when I started coaching more actively in September that it wasn't always just about the discount anymore. I was actually starting to bring in a consistent income to our family. And so at first it started out just a couple $100 a month. It's nothing huge. It covered my Shakeology and a little bit extra. But I started to do more and more. I wasn't investing a ton more time, but I was really consistent with what I was doing. Doing challenge groups, working with people, messaging them, all that good stuff. And my income started to grow to the point where about a month ago, I was to the point where I'm now meeting the income that I was making in my 30-hour a week, where I was actually working like 50 hours because it was salary. I know many of you know what I'm talking about. Job. So my old job that I left, I had actually matched my income pretty consistently at that point in time. So that was crazy to me. I wasn't even really a year in actively coaching, and I was able to do that. So from a financial standpoint, it's been a huge help to my family. I guess the only other thing that I would add at the end of this is that a lot of people will say to me, well, you're successful because you have this great story, which really it's a horrible, sad story that's now wonderful, but that was really tough. Yes, I think it's awesome to have a transformation story I can, talk to people about and that I can share, but you don't have to have some big grand transformation story. Not everyone relates to me. Not everyone has over 100 pounds to lose. Some people just want to lose 5 pounds. And so don't count yourself out by that being an excuse. It's like getting healthy and fit. I have so many people who have reasons why they can't do it. They tell me I can't do it because of this reason or this reason. And I used to do the same thing. Instead, maybe think of why you can do it. Other people will tell me that they can't coach because they're not in the best shape of their life, or they're still in the middle of their health journey. That's what people relate to. That's what they want. I started this at 290 pounds. I had a heck of a lot of success at that point in time because people were joining me. They didn't feel like I was some personal trainer that they had to be nervous around. I was a real person who was going through it too and could relate to them. So when you're thinking about coaching, if there's one thing I would say to you is don't count yourself out. I'm so happy that a year ago I made the decision that I could do this, and that I committed myself to it, to my health and to being a coach, because it's completely changed my life for the better. And if I would have sat down and wrote down a list of reasons why I couldn't have, it would have stopped me. But instead, I just in my head told myself I could do it. So don't count yourself out. Don't come up with a laundry list of why nots. Instead, have faith in yourself and consider why you could possibly do it and why it would be a positive in your life. So that's it. That's my story, and hopefully it was helpful. Thanks.